is, and cyberstalking is a cybercrime.
When it comes to toxic households, physical assault, emotional abuse, and criminal neglect are well known. Special Agent Sarah Liu of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation says the most modern form of domestic violence involves technology.
I've seen victims who have been stalked, cyberbullied. It can affect all arenas of your life. It affects your personal safety. It affects your confidence in other people, and it really erodes trust.
The Cyberbullying Research Center defines cyberstalking as the use of technology to make someone afraid or concerned about their safety. This can be through email, cell phones, or even social media, and it's used to control a victim in a variety of ways. The most common is stalking or harassment, which is repeated unwanted communication or threats. Sextortion is using sensitive photos or information as leverage. Denigration is posting content designed to damage someone's reputation or livelihood. Device access includes location tracking, monitoring conversations, or installing spyware. And doxing is exposing someone's private information. Corporal John Rosado with the Savannah Police Department says this type of abuse can greatly disorient a victim.
The victim of any sort of cyber bullying or cyber stalking for the domestic violence realm can have long-lasting effects emotionally and psychologically. It can create a lot of stress, anxiety, paranoia, as well as other contributing factors.
And cyberstalking isn't just creepy, it's a felony.
Cyberstalking becomes a crime when it becomes harassment.
Harassment could be things such as continuously messaging someone, continuously calling somebody, whether it be vague or direct information that's being divulged to the victim. If the person doesn't want any contact with you, then it can still be considered harassment.
The Stalking Prevention and Awareness Center shows that stalking is a red flag that increases the risk of domestic homicide by 3 times. Studies show that victims often suffer alone, in fear, and in silence.
Only about 29% of cyberstalking incidents are actually reported to law enforcement authorities.
Well, there are steps people can take to give law enforcement the power to take action if abuse escalates. The first is don't respond. Stalkers thrive off engagement from their target. Also, change your passwords, protect your profiles, or start new accounts to keep a predator from hacking your identity. Document the behavior. Note the date, time, and details of each incident. Keep screenshots when you can. Report the abuse and request an order of protection which legally outlines what a perpetrator can and cannot do. And there are websites where victims can document the right information for protection and to help prosecutors hold abusers accountable. You can report it to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center at ic3.gov, or you can go to victimsvoice.app. If nothing else, victims of cybercrimes should remember these 2 pieces of advice from law enforcement.
I always recommend to try to make sure that if there's any escalation, that you contact the police and you make a report on the event so then it can be documented.
It's really important to listen to your intuition. So if your intuition just pulls at you and says something's not right here, something doesn't feel right, not only do I feel uncomfortable in terms of the actual communication that's taking place, but I just feel like something bad might happen. It's important to listen to that. Listen to your gut.
Listening to your gut, that is great advice. And another thing to remember is abuse is never the fault of the victim, and that there are resources available. You can see some of them on your screen. National Domestic Violence Hotline, also the number for Safe Shelter. That's for you or anyone that you know that might be currently suffering from abuse. Also, you can come down here today to the Savannah Civic Center for the 2nd annual Domestic Violence Awareness Conference. There's going to be speakers on every topic that we've talked about all month long when it comes to domestic violence, including cyber stalking. It starts at 8:30 this morning right behind me here at the Civic Center. It's going to go on till 5 o'clock tonight. There's still room available and registration is only $25. We'll be back with more on WSAV about domestic violence all day long. For now, live from the Civic Center, I'm Alexis King on your side.